In the beginning was Daytona.
Here we go.
The birthplace of speed, the launch pad of legends, the great American race.
Oh, they're in the wall.
It's always been,
Keep digging, stay in the gas.
and will always be, the proving ground for greatness.
Let's go, boys.
Every driver looking to be remembered, every fan looking for something they'll never forget. Secure your seats now at Daytona500.com.
Roll Tide and welcome to this Tuesday edition of Crimson Drive, driven by NASCAR. This is Roger Hoover. Great to be with you in our Tuscaloosa studios as we're getting set for Week 7 of the college football season. Crimson Tide off to a 5-1 start, and we're going to talk not only about the Texas A&M win that Alabama had on Saturday, but the Arkansas game coming up this Saturday here in Tuscaloosa. We'll go through everything coming up on our show today thanks to our friends at RJ Young. RJ Young is the official technology solutions provider of Crimson Drive. They've given us a smart board to go through everything coming up on the show. We'll start with a one-on-one conversation with the SEC Defensive Lineman of the Week. Justin Eboigbe had a great performance against Texas A&M and helped seal that victory in the ballgame coming on Saturday. Then we'll take a look at our booth cam highlights from the Royal Furniture booth cam. Chris Stewart, Tyler Watson, the call of all the key moments, including a few that involved Justin Eboigbe from Saturday at Kyle Field. Then we'll hear from the head coach of the Crimson Tide, Nick Saban, with Coach's Checklist as he sets the table for what's coming up this week against Arkansas. And then one of our Alabama Legends of the Week, our honorary captain, is former Crimson Tide quarterback Alan Gray. He led the Crimson Tide to a 1981 SEC championship. Great stories about Coach Bryant coming up with Alan Gray. Last but not least, we'll be visiting with Corey Reamer from our last night's edition of Crimson Tide Rewind from Baumhauer's Victory Grill in Vestavia Hills. Some good thoughts from Corey on everything Alabama football, including the win against those Texas A&M Aggies. Again, it was a fun victory for the Crimson Tide. 6 points, stressful at times. We saw Alabama down by 7 at halftime, only allowing 3 points in the second half as the Tide rallied for 16 second half points to get that 6-point victory. And now the Crimson Tide, you can say it, in the driver's seat in the SEC West at a perfect 3-0. Got to keep playing great football. Still 5 SEC games left on the schedule, but Alabama in a good spot, off to a good start at a perfect 3-0 in SEC play. How about Will Reichard? He was named the SEC Special Teams Player of the Week because not only was he solid in place kicking for the Crimson Tide, but when punter James Burnip went out with injury, Reichard stepped up to the challenge and punted for the first time since he was a freshman in 2019. Great performance by the Hoover native Will Reichard. Then Justin Eboigbe, who we'll talk to in just a few moments for our one-on-one conversation. He was also honored by the SEC as the Defensive Lineman of the Week. Crimson Tide soccer team, they were also in action this past weekend. Great victory last Thursday. Alabama with a 2-1 win against Auburn, a late rally to make sure they held on to the Iron Bowl trophy for the 4th straight year, so roll tide to that. Last Sunday, they were also in Bryan-College Station, ended up falling to Texas A&M by a 3-1 final score, so a tough loss for Alabama. They'll try and bounce back coming up on Friday the 13th against the LSU Tigers. 7 o'clock start time, part of all the homecoming fun that's coming up here on campus. If you can't make it, watch SEC Network Plus with Haley McDonald and some other guy. Yeah, yours truly. We will have the broadcast coming up on Friday. Volleyball team, they were on the road as well this weekend on Sunday. Unfortunately, fell to the Florida Gators by 3 sets in that match. So now Wednesday, tomorrow, they'll try and bounce back at home against Missouri. 7 o'clock start time. Make your way to Foster Auditorium for all the volleyball fun. Baseball and softball also will be active with some fall ball scrimmages for the baseball team against the Auburn Tigers. Again, that's going to be a lot of fun on Friday. Then the softball team, they will have fall ball on Sunday at 1 o'clock after Wallace State. So again, a huge weekend coming up, even though it's Alabama football, soccer, and volleyball active in competition right now. If you love baseball and softball, great opportunities to come out and see them this weekend is, again, part of all the homecoming fun that we're going to have here in Tuscaloosa. Someone that had a lot of fun in Bryan-College Station was Justin Eboigbe. Great performance against Texas A&M and a very good offensive line. He joins us as one of our 2 one-on-one conversations this week. Roger Hoover now joined by not only Alabama defensive lineman Justin Eboigbe, but the SEC Defensive Lineman of the Week. Justin, roll tide. Congratulations on that honor. What led to a great performance for you last week?
Just realizing where I was at this time last year and just being grateful and just showing the fruits of my labors and how far I done came and how hard I done worked and just, not trying to prove people wrong, but trying to prove myself right.
And going back to that last game against Texas A&M, you had to hit that led to that safety to help Alabama seal the victory. Just take us through that play.
Going that play, I knew that before the game, I knew that I was looking at my pass rush plan on what things could be susceptible for the tackles and stuff like that. Early in the game, I was able to hit the left tackle with a bull, stab and then go inside. So I was like, let me see if I can get on the right side against the right tackle, and it held up true, and I was able to get home.
You certainly were. A great victory for the Crimson Tide. A really strong performance overall by your teammates on the defensive line. How have you seen this group get better as the year's gone along?
It's just that continuity. Each and every day, we know that during the week it starts Tuesday and Wednesdays. That's the hardest days of preparation for us. And just understand that it starts with us. How the team goes, how we go. And that's something that we try to do, and that's something we try to build on each and every week.
Last year was a disappointing end of the season with the injury. How'd you work your way back to make sure you're good to go for this year?
Having my mental in the right place, knowing that one day it was going to come to where I'd be able to come back. And when that time came, I was going to, look at it as a great opportunity to show and prove myself right, and prove those who thought that I could be where I could be right, and prove the ones who didn't think I could do it, prove them wrong.
Who are some of the most important people around the facility in your rehab process?
I would say Jeff Allen, Jeremy Giselle, Coach Roach, UJ Johnson, people that I spent time with during my recovery and coming back process. Having them to go along with me, get me to this point was very pivotal on my road to recovery.
How much do you like playing for Coach Roach? What does he bring to this team?
He brings that understanding of, somebody this is alma mater. He knows what it takes to be successful. He was not only here, as a player, but also, he was around during the early Saban years where he had guys like John Allen, Dalvin Thomason, and all them guys, so where he know what it takes to win. He know what it means to, be a truly good Alabama defensive lineman, because he done seen it and coached it and been around it.
What's the challenge going to be like this week getting ready for Arkansas, especially with another mobile quarterback in KJ Jefferson?
Just making sure everybody on our P's and Q's, making sure that, somebody has the quarterback in the run game take it, somebody has the running back in the run game in a read option situation, knowing that we have communication between the D-linemen and the linebackers to knowing who has who, and also being stout in the run game when we get counted. Any zone cut, anything like that in the run game, as, taking on doubles, combos from the O-linemen. And, just try and make them one-dimensional.
Justin, we look forward to seeing you play on Saturday. Thank you for joining us. Roll Tide.
Roll Tide.
Crimson Drive is driven by NASCAR, and don't miss out on the event of a lifetime. The Daytona 500 is kicking off the NASCAR regular season on February 18th, 2024. Be there and experience the energy, excitement, and power as drivers battle it out at nearly 200 miles per hour in the Great American Race. Bring your whole family and watch as drivers test the limits of speed. Purchase your tickets today at Daytona500.com. We continue on Crimson Drive, driven by NASCAR, and still looking back to that great victory on Saturday against Texas A&M. We had a lot of fun at Kyle Field inside the Alabama Credit Union broadcast booth. Always, we have our Royal Furniture booth cam streaming live on Facebook and YouTube. Great way to interact with fellow Crimson Tide fans in the chat. And again, just keep up with the broadcast and kind of see what we're up to during the game as Alabama picked up a very important road victory. Here are the booth cam highlights from Saturday at Texas A&M.
Into it, it's high into the air, and it is going to be fair caught in the end zone for a touchback. One man split in the slot to the right. Quarterback keeps himself. Pressure coming, pass is broken up, and Bama turns the Aggies away. What a play defensively, Dallas Turner. Snap, spot, and kick are all completed, and perfectly done so. Will Riker boots it through from 39 yards, and we are tied. 3 wideouts in formation. Single setback. Snap coming. Pass thrown. Catch made. Burton. First down. Move the sticks for the Crimson Tide.
I think we got a matchup that's very favorable right now that Tommy Reese has found. Jermaine Burton is absolutely wearing out Josh DeBerry. He's able to gain a step on the deep passes and create separation on some of the outs.
Of Milroe. Now an empty set as he goes in motion left. Bama looking deep again. Got a man wide open. Bond. Catch at the 5. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Alabama. Isaiah Bond, 52 yards on the strike from Jalen Milroe. Alabama takes a 10-3 lead thanks to Bond. Isaiah Bond here on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
This defense has to understand, just like at South Florida, hey, the game is on your shoulders. Whether you like it or not, you have to keep this a one-possession game and get us into the fourth quarter.
Pistol formation. Johnson looking, pressure coming up the middle. Backpedals, throws. That one is almost picked off. It was picked off. Caleb Downs, his second interception of the year. And Bama takes it over at the Aggie 39-yard lines. Bama runs it right side with Jace McClellan. He'll get to the 30. He'll get inside the 25. He'll get all the way down to the 23 as the pile moved with him. First down, Alabama. 3rd and 14. 3 wideouts left, 1 right. Milroe on the low snap. Looking, bouncing, firing towards the end zone. Burton, catch. Is he in bounds? Yes! Touchdown, Alabama. Jermaine Burton able to beat Tyreek Chappelle, the corner, for the 15-yard touchdown grab. Now trying to take the lead again. Play action. Milroe looking deep. He's got a man down there. Burton makes the catch. He's brought down at the 20. But Alabama inside the red zone again.
I tell you, our Alabama receiving corps hadn't had a great season necessarily with creating separation and getting a lot of explosive plays. Didn't have any last week. But today, they have absolutely owned these corners for Texas A&M. And anytime that we can catch them rotating into a single safety coverage, we really take advantage on the perimeter.
Up at 1, they just get it off in time. Fires, quick slant, Burton, 10, 5, end zone, touchdown Alabama! Jermaine Burton on the 19-yard reception and run after the strike from Jalen Milroe, and Bama is back on top. The snap, the spot are good. The kick is blocked, and Bama's got it. Bama's got it. Foot race right now. Braswell, 35, 30. Nobody commit a penalty. He's in. Touchdown, Alabama. But dadgummit, there is a flag back and field. 1st and 10. 3 wideouts left. Johnson will look that direction. Now he's looking across the middle. Now he's looking up at the sky because he gets brought down back at the 6-yard line. Tim Keaton III bringing him down for another sack. That's the 3rd by the Bama defense today. Clock moving. 6 minutes to go from his own end zone. He's down. He's down. Ball is loose. Who's got it? Who's got it? Officials talking it over.
Nobody in the area. Intentional grounding in the end zone.
No timeouts left for the Aggies. Bama by 6 with the ball on 3rd and 7. Milroe, play action, tuck it away, he fires it, and it's caught. McClellan, 40, McClellan, did he get to the first down? He did! Wow, wow, wow. Jalen Milroe looked like he was going to get sacked, looked like he was going to fumble. Instead, he looks like the hero if it's a legal catch.